take a look when we come back at the American ladies and the top names, including Gracie Gold and Ashley Wagner. That's next. Reminder, next Saturday, America's best skaters compete for the chance to be called national champion. The Prudential U.S. Figure Skating Championships. Coverage comes your way next Saturday at 3 Eastern on NBC. In the ladies' event, we know the major players very well. All 3 members of the U.S. Olympic team are back to compete. Ashley Wagner, Gracie Gold, and Polina Edmonds. That hasn't happened in over a decade. Wagner was the only one of the 3 to compete in last month's Grand Prix final. Gracie Gold qualified but was injured. Right now, we take a look back at Wagner's free skate in Barcelona, where she sat in 6th place after the short program. Here's how Johnny, Tara, and I called the action.
The short program, the spins and footwork really saved the day for her. Also that second mark, that artistic mark, she gets high component scores, but today she's definitely going to need a little something, and that would be a triple-triple.
Love is just a game.
Solid opening double axel to get her legs under her to prepare for the triple-triple. Very fabulously done. It's one of the first perfectly clean triple-triples we've seen from Ashley in quite some time.
With attack.
It's got to be a huge boost mentally, too, right from this point of the program on.
Well, certainly, everyone's talking about what Ashley can do to be competitive with this young batch of Russians, and it's always the triple-triple. And she has been trying it for so long in competition, but this is the first time where you really saw her attack it. Maybe that has something to do with being in last position, trying to make up ground and having nothing to lose.
She is the first U.S. lady since Michelle Kwan to qualify for 3 consecutive Grand Prix finals. This is her 4th overall. A couple of medals in those trips as well.
Triple loop, half loop, triple Salchow. This is the first time I've ever seen her put 2 triple-triple combinations and sequences together in the same program. The Salchow looked a bit under-rotated, but solid effort.
This is a great program, and I think this is very advantageous for her going into nationals, the precursor to nationals, to skate like this in an international competition. It sets her in this different light, and hopefully the U.S. judges will see that in about a month.
It is certainly shaping up to be between Gracie Gold and Ashley Wagner for the championship. And skating like this, you have to believe that Ashley has much more of a chance this month than many people thought about last month, which is just the way the season needs to go.
Gracie Gold out with a stress fracture after qualifying for the Grand Prix final.
Ashley is a fighter, and you cannot count her out.
The third straight trip to the Grand Prix final, medals each time for Ashley Wagner. In terms of the U.S. Nationals, guys, you've been there. How big of a boost will this be in terms of confidence and rhythm and how she's skating at this point?
I think it's exactly what she needed. We actually talked to her, and she said going into Nationals, she wants that gold back. She feels good from the Grand Prix final. She talks a great game. She just has to now put it on the ice.
Totally agree. She has to bring all of this sass and all of this energy that she builds up in her off-ice persona and put it on the ice. And she started that really well at the Grand Prix final.
Speaking of talking a good game, she's had good experiences and bad experiences at the national championships. And here's what Ashley Wagner had to say about a different mindset going into Greensboro this year.
I made nationals into this big, ugly monster. I had missed out on the Olympics in 2010, and so I definitely had some demons that were haunting me. And this year, I want to make nationals an experience that I enjoy. I want to make nationals something that I can be proud of and that I can use as just, you know, another run through and another bit of experience going into Worlds. So I think that I need to stop making it into this big event and really just let myself skate, because I am prepared, I am well trained, and I know what I want, and I know that I can go out and get it. But I just need to relax and let it happen instead of forcing it so much.
Just another run through looking ahead to the World Championships. What do you make of that? Because there are a number of different ways you can go on mindset, whether you embrace the moment, don't run for it, where you try to relax and settle in. Your thoughts?
It is impossible just to relax and settle in. But I think as a skater, you have to prepare yourself and you have to keep yourself calm, reinforcing those good thoughts, and that's what she's doing. I mean, I really love Ashley. I love her personality. I think she's great for the sport because she's so real. She's so truthful and honest with what's going on when you're out there. It's tough.
It is, but the national championships are a big monster. They are scary. Everything that you've worked for that year is on the line in those moments. And she's got a lot to prove this year. Last year, she was sort of off the podium, not historically on the Olympic team, then put onto the Olympic team because of past results. She's got a lot to prove at this Nationals. So going in with the mindset like she was just talking about, trying to relax into it a bit, is probably good. Otherwise, that stress could just eat you alive.
Well, I have an inkling that she might win because she loves to be in that underdog position, and she had such a disastrous Nationals. Nothing could be worse. And I think she said to me, she goes, Gracie is the one that has to defend her title, and she has to adapt to being the person that's being chased. And I don't know, I think Ashley might like this position.
Speaking of Gracie Gold, that is the name at the top right now. When we come back, we'll get to know the reigning U.S. ladies champion. The 19-year-old, she shares her thoughts about life in the spotlight right after this.
Gracie Gold.
It's like a fairy tale. You know, you dream of this. Every day in training, you dream that something like this might happen to you.
Quite a moment, quite a performance in Boston last year. And when Gracie Gold broke through with that win, her first U.S. title, earning a trip to Sochi for the Olympics, to many it seemed like an overnight sensation. But for Gold, it's been a long journey that at times has surprised even her.
If you asked me in 2010 if I was going to make the 2014 Olympic team, I would have said, oh, you know, it's a possibility. I'm just going to work hard. Then to think 4 years later, I'm at the Olympics and people are using the title It Girl.
Representing the United States of America, Gracie Gold.
U.S. champ at her first Olympics.
It wasn't her best performance ever today, but she'll be in the hunt still.
Gracie's been working a lot this year on her mental toughness. How much did you need it out there tonight?
I needed it a lot. I was definitely pretty nervous.
I don't think that anybody was probably prepared. All of these cameras just following you all the time, all day long. It was almost so much that you almost became numb to it.
Here is Gracie Gold, who certainly is in the medal mix, in fourth after the short program.
Right from the start, there's that moment where you switch on or you switch off.
This is looking like an Olympic gold medal until this triple flip.
Coming in fourth, I was so stoked, but it also left me feeling a little disappointed in myself, thinking I was really close. I was the next person. I think maybe I'm still a little bit the it girl, but as you kind of grow into another title, then it almost loses its luster because there will always be more and more it girls. For the next 4 years, I'm just taking each year at a time because so much can change, especially in this sport. It can change in an instant. And so to plan your skating around the Olympics, I feel kind of takes the fun out of the sport because skating, it's measured in each year, each season. I'm just trying to appreciate each competition as it comes and make myself a better skater and just skate because I want to and give what I can to the sport.
Pretty intelligent and mature way of looking at things, breaking it down year by year, one event at a time, the immediacy and the challenges she now faces. When we come back, we take a look at Gracie Gold's best performance of the season. That's in a moment. Look at Gracie Gold's performance at the Olympics in Sochi, where she finished very promising but also frustrating fourth place. Some additional frustration recently, battling a foot injury. We'll get to that in just a minute. But for now, let's take a look at her strongest skate of the season so far, her short program from the Grand Prix event in Japan. When she came in third at Skate America, it was behind two Russian skaters, Elizaveta Tuktamusheva and Yelena Radionova. Here she faces another one, Alyona Leonova, but also the top skaters from Japan in Japan.
Terry, she just looks so in control during the skate. And it's so nice to see because she has so much talent. I remember watching her at a practice at Nationals, and she just throws these triples like they're nothing, one after another, and then she gets out, and it's competition time, and it's almost like she has stage fright. But this is how it's done. talking about the young Russians, but if Gracie Gold continues to skate like that, the little ones will be chasing her.
Gracie Gold on her way to a gold medal on the Grand Prix circuit, but that, guys, is where she started to feel the injury. Pain in her left foot, eventually diagnosed as a stress fracture, time away from the ice. What are your thoughts because of that injury on Gracie Gold going into Greensboro?
Well, what I think the short program is going to be a big factor for her at Nationals. If she skates well, she will gain that confidence and hopefully sail through and defend her title. But right now, going into this, I think she's in a difficult situation. She has an injury. She's getting over that. She's lagging. She watched Ashley Wagner on TV, skating well, knows that she's coming into this event with confidence. That's got to be a bit intimidating.
What was really encouraging, though, about the Grand Prix of Japan was that Gracie really skated the way that everyone wanted her to skate. She skated clean, she jumped well, and she was exciting again. So despite that being the last competition before the injury, she was still strong and the Gracie Gold that everyone wanted to see. But having been in the same position, defending a national title is super difficult. The nerves are just all over the place. And coming in after Ashley, your biggest rival, would have had this breakthrough performance at the Grand Prix final, you being the defending champion, she's got to feel a little bit uneasy.
And here's what Ashley Wagner actually had to say about Gracie Gold and the rivalry that has now developed.
Gracie is the epitome of what you would imagine a figure skater to be. Squeaky clean, super sweet, girl next door, technically strong skater. For me, I kind of see myself as the girl a couple doors down the street that is a little rough around the edges, but has a lot of personality and isn't afraid to show it. I think that Gracie is really a blessing in disguise for me because she has taken the US scene and totally changed it around. I have someone who I can really compete against, and that's exciting for me. There's a rivalry, and I've never really had a rivalry before. I've always been the underdog or the one who might make it, but now I feel like it's me versus Gracie, and that is so awesome. US skating hasn't had something like that on the ladies circuit for a long time.
Oh, since maybe Tara Lipinski and Michelle Kwan, she might be referring to that. But I think Paulina Edmonds and some others might be shocked to hear that it's all about Wagner and Gold at this point.
A rivalry is awesome. It's awesome for this sport. It's awesome for an audience to watch, and it does pump you up every day thinking about your rival somewhere else in the country training harder than you or skating better than you. But you want to think that it's your title. You don't want to think constantly about a Gracie Gold game. I thought this was a funny sound bite. I'm sorry, just because there isn't so much personally that I find awesome about having a rival.
You're like, oh no. And when I talked to Ashley and Gracie, it was interesting because if I were to predict, I would say Gracie. I mean, Gracie is a technically sound skater. It is all mental for her. If she were to land her jumps, she is golden.
Golden.
Very well done. Paulina Edmonds, I mentioned, but some of the others, who else do you see in the mix here?
Paulina Edmonds, and I think sometimes being in the shadows is the place to be for nationals because all the attention is on someone else, and then someone like Paulina Edmonds, who technically has the goods, she could come in and do it. Do I think she could win? Not this time.
Paulina Edmonds is so strong, and she was on the U.S. Olympic team last year, but she's had a bit of a rough season. We also look at names like Samantha Cesario from New York, who has that razzle-dazzle appeal of New York. We've got Courtney Hicks.
The big jumper.
Big jumps. We've got so many skaters with so many different strengths, but I really do think it is a Gracie Gold, Ashley Wagner extravaganza.
But remember, Mirai Nagasu was so much a part of the story last year.
I mean, I think she can't wait to be back at this Nationals. If I was her, I would want to skate perfect programs just to kind of let everyone know, okay, we're fixing Nationals this year.
Certainly a year of renaissance, though, for Mirai Nagasu with a new coaching team. And we did see stronger performances on the Grand Prix, but not of the same level that Ashley Wagner and Gracie Gold are giving, which are world quality.
Mirai needs the spark back.
Quick minute for your predictions.
I'm going to go with Ashley. I really am, because after talking to them, Ashley seemed so hungry and so vicious. She
Yes.
even said that. She's like, I am a vicious competitor. You know, she wants this. And when I talked to Gracie, she was a little more reserved, and I almost could feel the fear. But she's technically so good. It's so hard, but I'm going to go with Ashley.
And she tends to be more reserved in interviews. Or more
Very.
controlled, at
Yes,
least.
yes. Ashley's a lot more free in her public, persona. But for me, I think Ashley is on a nice upswing at the moment. So I predict her for gold, Gracie Gold for silver, and I'm looking at Mirai Nagasu for bronze.
Polina Edmonds had a bit of a tough year on the Grand Prix, keeping it together with all the pressure from Sochi and whatnot. Only a young teenager, though. Be interesting in Greensboro. Coming up, a closer look at the challenges faced by Ashley Wagner in planning her programs. More from the Prudential U.S. Figure Skating Championships preview show as we continue in a moment. As you know, two-time U.S. champion Ashley Wagner, a seasoned competitor, a veteran, and she knows that her ability to execute the difficult triple-triple combination will play a key role in her success next week in Greensboro.
I need the technical elements. So I started off the season with just one planned triple-triple, and it was a little bit on and off throughout the season. But going into the Grand Prix final, I just squeaked in. I was the last one to qualify. I knew that people were expecting me to end up at the bottom of the group. And this was going to be the perfect opportunity for me to silence anybody who had been doubting whether or not I belonged on this circuit. So I started training the loop, half loop, triple sow combination, my second triple-triple combination, and I knew that no one would see it coming, and that would automatically quiet everybody up. So going into the Grand Prix final, I knew that there was a lot at stake, but I was going to be able to really show people what I was capable of and show people why I'm sticking around and why I know that I can stay here.
The triple-triple, always a huge part of ladies figure skating, and now with a closer look at how Ashley Wagner can maximize her potential in figure skating scoring system at the U.S. Championships. Here are Johnny and Tara with Rise to the Challenge, presented by Prudential.
The triple-triple has been an ongoing challenge for Ashley Wagner. She faces a difficult decision each time she competes. Go for the triple-triple or go for a safer triple-double?
Well, the base value for the triple flip, triple toe loop, which is Ashley's go-to triple-triple, is 9.40 points, which is 3 points more than the safer triple-double.
At Skate Canada, Ashley's second triple jump was called under-rotated, as was often the case this season for her. She received a lower base value and a negative grade of execution for that combination. Still, the triple-triple attempt was likely worth it, earning 7.30 points.
In her short program at the Grand Prix final, however, Ashley's decision to challenge herself with the triple-triple did not pay off.
In this case, possibly thinking too far ahead, Ashley fell out of her first jump and never even attempted the second. With the resulting lower base value and negative grade of execution, she earned only 3.3 points.
In sixth place after the short program, and with nothing to lose, Ashley challenged herself with the triple-triple again in the free skate.
This time, the decision paid off.
She got full credit for completing the triple-triple and additional points for executing it well.
She earned 10.40 points, and she was able to claim the bronze medal.
In every competition, Ashley has to make a tough decision to challenge herself with the more difficult triple-triple.
Or play it safe and count on a clean program. How she handles this challenge in Greensboro will go a long way to determining how she will finish.